Yes, we're doing this again. Welcome back, guys, to another edition of Looted. So a while back we looked at a unique instrument called the Yubi de Piano. It was basically a hand-worn piano where there was a bit on your wrist and wires came out of it. You put them on the end of your fingertips and you tapped along and it sounded like a piano or bells or cats. Yes, cats. And at that point I thought, wow, this is a unique instrument. I'm sure there's nothing else like it out there, but apparently there is, because I found this guy on Amazon, the electronic piano gloves, which pretty much sounds exactly like the Yubi de Piano. But the one thing that I did notice about this is that the packaging doesn't look as good. Like Yubi de Piano, you see it, you think, oh, this might be quite spectacular because it's bright and colourful and well designed, whereas this is as basic as it comes. But the thing is, despite that, this actually has a lot more going for it. This has a lot more features, and I reckon it's just going to be the better instrument. But that's why we're here today, to try it out. So stating the obvious, each fingertip plays a different note, as expected, also turns any surface into a piano. That's why we're here today. 8 different musical instrument tones. The Yubi de Piano only had 3. 8 distinct background rhythms. Yubi de Piano didn't have any of that. And a demo mode with 6 pre-recorded songs, which the Yubi de Piano had none of. And those pre-recorded songs are Row, Row, Row Your Boat, absolute classic. What a tune. You Are My Sunshine, and 4 more tunes. Really? You're just gonna leave me hanging? All right, fine. Well, I've got to get into this just to find out what those 4 other tunes are. So, and anything in here? This thing looks massive. Look at this thing. So this is what's handling all the power and everything. Jesus, what is it with people and putting cable ties around things that don't need them? This thing had me worried at first because I thought, well, this is in the way of the screw that I need to unscrew to get the batteries in. But they have a little lock up here. You just pop up like that. Swivel it round, there you go, freedom. So this thing takes 4 AAAs. Batteries are in, now just to squeeze into these gloves. Oh man, they are tight. I can feel the blood flow just stopping. When I was buying these, there are actually 2 options. You can either get the small size or you can get the medium to adult size. These are the medium to adult size. Just to be warned, adults out there, it's pretty damn tight. We just turn it on there. Pardon you. Are you ready for the first note? There we go. Okay, so it's a bit temperamental. Oh, sorry. Now I can't do anything with my hands without making music. What a situation to be in. Now you guys can't really see them, but there's actually little pads on the end of your fingertips and they can be moved about. They have shifted a little bit. I feel like they're meant to be right on the tips of your fingers, but some of them are shifted down there. One's near the top. On here, there's like a few which are a bit lower down. So when you go hit a note, you don't hear anything because it's not on the end of your fingertip. It's a little bit lower. So you just got to bear that in mind. It's not working. It's just they've shifted a little bit. So you're going to have to rejig it. The audio quality out of this thing is terrible. Like there's no denying that. That is a bad sound. Ugh, it's just, it does hurt your soul. The good thing about this is that it does come with a volume control. So if this is a bit much for you, which it might be a bit too much for a lot of people, you can turn it down and have a more, you know, subdued play with your hand piano. Not as bad. Now on here there are a few other buttons. So you've got tone, stop, demo, rhythm, and you've also got tempo, which will adjust the tempo of the rhythm. So let's go ahead and cycle through the rhythm options we've got. What are you meant to do with this? How are you meant to play piano to this rhythm? It's getting very erratic, isn't it? That's the best one right there. And then you've also got demo, so there's a few different tracks on here. So number 1. Oh my God, oh, turn that down, turn that down. I think my ears are bleeding. What is this meant to be? Demo number 2. Kumbaya. Well, that sounds absolutely dreadful. My ears are bleeding. Please just stop now. Oh God, the stop button is the best thing on this thing. So we've done rhythm, demo, and then there's tone, which just changes the sound of the piano gloves. So let's give that a go. Okay, it's tone number 2. As if it wasn't ear piercing enough. That's my favorite one so far. That's wholesome, that is. I don't know what drums they've been listening to, but that is definitely not a drum. I think the main point is that it is far more customizable than the Yubi de Piano. So there is more stuff going on here. Is the stuff that's going on in here any good? Not really. Let's just go ahead and utilize the clip on the back and put that on my pocket there. Nice and not awkward at all. It's actually quite awkward. All right, I think it's time for a masterpiece. That wasn't it. You cannot get any consistency out of this thing, that is for sure. It's a bit all over the place, and honestly, it sounds dreadful. It's barely audible. I would like to get into a fist fight with these though. Fight me! You slept with my wife! High five! That's quite a peppy high five for us. Lighten up your day at the office with a nice, pleasant handshake. That wasn't pleasant at all. You could also use these to throttle your employees. There's one thing I've just noticed. It looks like there's a 3.5mm jack on the side of this thing. So I reckon you could plug headphones into this, or maybe even speakers.
We're not plugging it into the amplifier.
I mean, we have an amplifier.
No.
We could plug it into...
Not doing it.
Right, we won't plug in the amplifier, but let's try headphones. Thank you, sir. Put these headphones on and go. Is this what hell sounds like? Well, I think the final verdict on these things is they're not very good. I don't know if it's the fact that I've already used the Yubi de Piano, so the concept of putting a piano on the end of your fingers has already worn thin on me. But I reckon it is just the fact that these things just aren't as great. Like, the gimmick isn't as fun with these ones, and I think also the fact that I haven't had any blood in my fingers for the last 20 minutes due to these things being so tight doesn't make me really like them all that much. But if it is your first time trying out a hand-worn piano, maybe these things might appeal to you. So if you fancy making your family members' ears bleed, link in the description. And with that, I think that's going to wrap up another musical edition of Looted. If you like this video, hit like. If you really like it, hit subscribe. We've got more videos on the way. We've also got Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on there for some exclusive videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. You know what my favorite feature on this thing is? The off button.